Let's see. Oh, there we go. Hi, everyone. I'm Mike Morrison. And look who I'm with. Arlene Dickinson.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. This is so great.
It's very silly. There's not really a purpose to it.
Well, what I meant was great was that we can actually talk to each other.
Oh, yeah.
Be on Facebook. Can people talk to us, or are we just...
I think they should be able to post comments. I should see. There's a little stream on the side. So I'll let you know.
You need time for people to, it's like Instagram Live. You have to give some time.
You sort of have to wait a
start
bit.
Joining you.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Mike, what's behind you? You got a lot of stuff on your walls.
A lot. There's a lot. Oh, yeah. This is my home office. And we got some Lego. And we got some Mandy Stobo paintings. And, yeah, Calgary. And I wanted to have a gallery wall, and it worked out now that all my meetings are at home.
I have nothing behind me. I have I have blinds. It's so boring. I feel like I need to now get better prepared for this stuff.
No, well, this is spontaneous. We have people watching. People are saying hi and all that, so that's great. Hi, Graham.
Hi, everybody.
And yeah. How have you been holding up?
I've been doing well. It might surprise people, but I am an introvert. So I actually I'm not really, too panicked about being by myself, but I am getting a little housebound, but we all are. You do what you have to do. Would
you say you're I sometimes describe myself as an introvert trapped in an extrovert's career. So your career dictates that you come off as very social, very extroverted, but maybe it stresses you, kind of exhausts you maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm really good at talking, in front of groups, but at a cocktail party, I'm not very good. I always kind of feel very oh my gosh, I have to come up with something to say now that's interesting. I don't have anything to say. What am I going to say?
I was saying today that one of the benefits of the social distancing is I don't have to pretend to talk to people at the dog park anymore. That was always...
Was that
I'd be like, oh, I wish I could, but I can't. I got to keep going.
Sorry, I'd love to
Sorry, I want to.
Not really. I don't really want to talk to you.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much. So this is Celebrity Show and Tell. You're our first celebrity for ever coming on. So thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Yeah. Okay. So we're each going to show each other one thing, and you tell a little story about it. Okay. So why don't you start?
You want me to go first?
It's up. Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. I was thinking about it. I thought, what could I show that is kind of interesting and I've got a picture in my house, and it's a picture of Elton John. And the reason I love this picture, Mike, is because it's at Dodger Stadium. And you might not be able to see it. Let's see if you can see it.
You have to there you go. Oh, wow. Look at that crowd. Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Look at that crowd, right?
Yeah. And there's Elton John right there. Classic.
So, I thought, you know what? Could you imagine that today? None of us would even now we can't even imagine being in a stadium. I don't know. There's tens. There may be 100,000 people here.
It stresses me looking at that.
I love Elton John, and I saw this. Listen, I'm really lucky because I get to travel a lot, and I was in London, and I saw this, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is so great because his face is so full of. Oh, can't see it. So full of.
No, yeah, look at that.
There's that ball in the background.
Yeah.
Anyhow, it was taken by a photographer named Terry O'Neill. And I just love the picture because it just reminds me of kind of the days when we all would go to stadiums and have fun and be together. And I miss it. And I usually, as an introvert, I'd look at that picture and go, I would never in a million years want to be there because I would go crazy with that crowd. And now I actually think, oh, that would actually be kind of nice to go there. So
it's a sort of a goal. Maybe you can look at it as we'll get back to where we can have those big concerts again, and
But it's great because artists are now doing these live concerts, like Alan Frew and Jan Arden, and there's so many that have been doing concerts through Facebook or on their Instagram or whatever. And I love that artists are reaching out to bring joy to all of us and put music in our hearts, because music makes us all feel better. So
it's sort of a great way to reinvent how they connect with their audiences and things like that.
What are you going to show me? Is it safe for work?
Well, look at this. Look, Reinvention by Arlene Dickinson.
I love it.
Yeah.
You tricked me. You told me you were going to show something else, and now you're showing that book, which is really not fair.
So I have two, but I thought this was a good segue to mention your book, Reinvention.
Thank you. Well, now when you look at that book cover, I'm thinking I miss hair and makeup.
Oh yeah. When I'm looking at myself right now, I'm very like shaggier than I'm used to being.
No hair, but you know what? I don't care.
No.
I figure there's going to be a lot less of my red hair around in the next 60 days because I won't be able to color it. Not that it's colored, everybody.
Okay, but I will show you my actual thing that I told you I was going to show you. I got this in Newfoundland. I too love to travel. I got it in Kitty Vitty, which is one of the most iconic sort of photo spots in Canada. And it's been my mug of this week. Fucking fuck. Fuckity fuck.
Fuckity fuck.
I don't know if you can swear on Facebook Live, and it's filled with wine.
We just did.
Now.
We both just did. And I think it actually sums up kind of the way people are kind of thinking about it all right now, right?
Yeah. Just fuck. Yeah. It just feels, I said on Twitter today, like at 7 o'clock, we go out and thank healthcare workers. And then I think at 8 o'clock, we should go out and just like swear. Like
just like one big, like everybody.
Yeah.
Drop the F-bomb or whatever they
want to do. This. Yeah.
So kids would be in bed by then.
That's true. So I'm sorry. It's past your bedtime. Thank you for
go to bed. Kids, we have to swear out loud. What else is new?
Well, you know what? I'm just like your book. I was looking at your book today because I knew you were coming, and like you and I'm an entrepreneur. You work with entrepreneurs. You're an entrepreneur, and like it is a time to reinvent yourself right now, right? You know, everything that we were sort of used to has changed, and it's time to sort of say, okay, what do I want to do? Things like this are things that I've thought about doing, but I never allowed myself the time to do it.
Yeah. And I think that's the trick right now is for entrepreneurs to remember that we always complain all the time about not having enough time to think because we're so busy doing that we never have time to really think in between our tasks. And this is giving us a chance to actually contemplate the future we want for ourselves. So, you know, in the book, I talk about just doing just that, like looking back at your life and saying, hey, what do I want to be in the future? Order it on Amazon.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, don't, because I don't want you to, at any rate, I think, I just think we can reinvent ourselves at any time. And it's always out of something drastic usually that forces us into reinventing ourselves, right? It's something like a divorce or, you know, losing a job or, you know, like a flood, like that's why the book was written. But in this case, the virus and is causing a lot of people to lose their jobs, a lot of people to rethink their futures.
Yeah.
And don't give up. Like there is going to be a future and we just have to now rethink it.
You know, I was thinking today, it feels like we basically all lost our jobs all at once. So it's heartbreaking, but at the same time, everyone's starting at the same level again in a way. So it's like you can create new connections and you can say, hey, how do you want to work together? Or like for me, I was saying before we went on air, like week 1 was a lot of crying, very sad. And week 2 was watching entrepreneurs pick themselves up, and then sort of that pushed me to pick myself up. And now we're doing fun projects all week. And so now's the time to sort of reinvent yourself.
Yeah, I think it's time to turn the anxiety that many of us are feeling and turn it into action, right? Like you can get, I suffer from anxiety. I don't know if you ever have had that, but it's a really awful
legalization. No, I'm just
But anxiety is hard to live with and it can be debilitating for sure. And so I think that when we can try and channel that into something positive for our future, it's really helpful. I don't know, like I may be an introvert, but I'm also an optimist, and I like to think about things that are going to get better, and we're going to be okay. And I don't know, maybe what are people saying?
So Anna Murphy saying she's so excited to spend time with both of us. Graham says that he sees you popping around the office in Centera every now and then.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that Centera. It's a different one. Can you tell people about that really quickly?
Yeah. So District Ventures, which is my fund, we have an accelerator in Calgary right on Kensington Road. And we did a partnership with Sunterra Markets, who opened up a brand new market there, and it's a lot of to-go food. And they're such a fantastic company. They're family owned. They've got, I think, 10 locations in Alberta. They grow their food and they sell it. They're awesome. And so give them your patronage. I mean, give businesses in Calgary your work, because people like Mike and people like, Sunterra, all these companies who deserve to be supported.
Yeah, and they can go that Sunterra specifically, and has a lot of your products that you've come out of Ventures. Yeah. Right. And lastly, Alex Kincott wanted to know your audiobook for your book. Do you read it, or?
It hasn't been recorded yet, but I am going to be recording it very, very soon. So it's got to be on Audible. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah, the book has done very, very well. And I think the time is right for the book, because as you said, we all need to reinvent right now.
Yeah, a little scoop there on the first ever celebrity show and tell. The audiobook.
The first ever?
Yeah, first ever.
Not the last.
Not the last. We're doing it every day this week, so it'll be fun.
Who's coming on?
Tomorrow's Andrew Fung from Kim's Convenience.
Oh.
And then Jerry D from Mr. D. Terry O'Reilly is Thursday, and Michelle Morgan from Heartland is Friday.
Oh, wow. You got a great lineup. So Terry is, I don't know if you've ever listened to his podcast or his show. I mean, who hasn't? That's in the business.
Unbelievable.
But his voice, he's so measured, his tonality, and he always talks with such precision.
Yeah.
he's a great storyteller, right?
Yeah, no, I'm so excited. Yeah, no, his podcast is one of my favorites for sure. And
Jerry D, funny, and
doing Family Feud Canada now, and yeah, it's gonna be a good week.
Yeah, well,
that's awesome. Well, thank you for helping us kick it off, Arlene.
It's my pleasure. It was really nice to see you, Mike.
Nice to see you too. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon.
You too. Bye bye, everybody.
Thanks.